Hello and welcome to an episode of Atomic Vinyl Reviews. My name is Jacob and today I'm gonna unboxing for you guys. So let's take a look at what's in this great big box here. A much bigger box this is than I actually expected considering the size of the actual figure we've got in here. Pardon. But yeah, let's see what they got in here. So this figure, if it's the correct thing in the parcel, which I'm assuming it is because they have actually written what it is on the front here, is the Godzilla 1954 poster color version Bandai premium Bandai figure. So let's just slice all this bubble wrap off. So this figure, I'm super excited to see it in person. Because from the photos I've seen, it looks so good. Originally this thing cost a lot less, but you know, it's pretty typical of figures to go up really high in price, and I unfortunately only found out about this thing after all the pre-orders have been capped and all of that sort of stuff, so I had to pay the higher prices that this thing is going for later on. So yeah, I'm in the same boat with you guys if you're trying to find this thing at the same moment at this point in time. But I absolutely love the 1954 design of Godzilla. It's probably my favorite, one of my favorites, if not my favorite Godzilla design. And if, you know, whenever pardon, whenever they put out a really good looking 54, I just have to pick it up. So yeah, we got this big ass box here. So how are we gonna do this? By the way guys, I'm still working out how I'm gonna be formatting these sort of videos with the new little setup I got going here. I'm gonna do a full review of this thing really soon, and I'll probably have a much better setup so you can actually have like a little table and stuff in front of me or whatnot, but for now we're just gonna do it freehand like this. So just slicing along this top edge here. Almost got it. Alright. Here we go. Oh, that's nice. They put a thank you for your purchase note on the top of the bubble wrap here. And something in Japanese, which is probably them just saying thank you for your purchase in Japanese. Very nice. And here is the box itself. Okay, this is a more reasonable sized box than the monstrosity this thing came in, but I'm glad it was packed really well. And it arrived really quickly, actually. Because I ordered something from Australia, where I'm from, around the same time, if not earlier, and this thing beat it to my doorstep, so that's kind of interesting. There you go, nice bit of bubble wrap, throw that away. So it comes in this cardboard shipping packaging on the outside, much like some of those Monster Arts figures that we get. There we go. Okay, there's the exterior little box. Feels very light. This figure, you know, is basically just a fancy Bandai vinyl, so it's not the most hardcore of boxes that this guy comes in. But I'll just break the tape seal on the top, and we can get the proper box out, because apparently this guy comes with a nice little fancy box on the inside that was... in the advertising they made quite a big deal of the fancy packaging for some reason, and who designed it and all that sort of stuff. So we'll have a look if it's as fancy as they say it is. Okay, you can see there's something red in here. There we go. And it should just slide out. Oh yeah, there's a figure. Picture of the figure on the front here. A little caricature. Soda Izuka. I wonder if that's the guy who sculpted the figure or designed the box. Not really sure. And around this side we have the big Godzilla 1954 written on the front. A really cool picture here. This is actually a really nice box. So this would look really cool, you know, as a display piece somewhere on the shelf or whatnot, or in front of your figures. And it's a 65th anniversary figure, which is really cool. So you've got the nice little 65th anniversary logo there with Shin on the front. So that's really awesome. We even have the Legendary Pictures Godzilla font there next to it. Okay, some legal information, blah blah blah. Really keen to see what this guy looks like on the inside. So, there's a little bit of tape on this side, a little bit of tape on this side. So I'll just remove one of those. Okay. And use my special technique, which I do have a video on, to open this box gently without breaking any of the, or creasing it. Let's hope so, at least. Yep, that worked out good. Okay. And it looks like there's a thing that slides out. Okay, come on. You can do it. There's a lot of empty space in this box. Oh my god. And there we go. So this big ass box holds this tiny little figure. Oh my god. Oh, would you look at that? He had like first class spacious kind of shipping. I mean, he's bagged up pretty hardcore as well, but he must have had a comfy journey over in here. Okay. So on the back we've got these string actually holding him in, which is really interesting. So I guess we'll just cut that, because I don't really want to be fumbling around with knots or anything at the moment. There we go. And I'll just leave the last one because his tail's probably going to be able to slip out anyway. Okay, and there's a little figure. Oh, this guy's tiny. Oh, man. So, take him out of his little bag. He also comes with a tag. Did you check that out? Proper Bandai vinyl. Very fancy. And here he is. The Bandai Godzilla 1954 poster color version. He looks beautiful. Look at the texture on this guy. Much better than the original Bandai vinyl of him, which I do have somewhere. Way down deep in some storage place at the moment, because I don't have the space to store absolutely all of my figures on the shelves at once, so they go in a bit of a rotation. So hopefully I can find him for the full review of this guy to compare them to. But wow, he looks very pretty. So he is actually colored, like they did advertise. So he's painted sort of. He's got shades of brown across his body. His mouth has the red in there, bone-colored teeth. His eyes are looking in a weird direction. They're not exactly centered. I don't know if that's like meant to be like that or if that's a mistake. But he is kind of looking off to one side, which is really odd. So hopefully you can put that in focus. He's kind of looking off to that side, because this eye is in a slightly different pose to this one, which works, because that kind of makes sense. He's looking straight ahead at one way. We got the little tag that I can show you guys here. Just a nice photo of the Godzilla from the film. Back of the tag here. Very cool. The spines look great on this guy, and the scaling looks really nice. I wonder who sculpted this thing, 'cause it's a great sculpt. Under his foot it just has some of the general normal sort of stuff you'd expect. You can see that there. Alright, I'm gonna leave most of the rest of the talking about this figure to the full review, but I just quickly wanted to bring in a couple of other Godzilla figures to show you guys the height. So here he is next to our 54 Monster Arts figure, obviously sculpted by Yuji Sakai. Beautiful figure, and probably the best representation of the 54 Godzilla up until this one, maybe. I think this one is a beautiful representation of this kaiju. So you can see there, this one's like clearly black and white. This one actually does have shades of brown in it, so he does look really nice. He's not even like super colorful that it's like really obvious, because Godzilla is generally charcoal gray and sort of muted tones. But this is a really nice look to the 54, this sort of brown color over him, which I really actually am enjoying. Because I think the suit originally was brown, because there is a Banpresto final figure, which I actually have the gray version. It's over here. Mine kind of broke because the glue gave way, which I have to repair him, but it's a little bit of a pain to repair. But this figure here, there's a brown variant of it, and I think that's because the actual suit may have been brown. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I have heard rumors that it is. It doesn't want to hold on, but I'll kind of try and show you guys a comparison. So he is much smaller than the Banpresto, for those of you who are wondering. I like the Banpresto, but he does look a little bit goofy because his face, some of his facial features look a little bit weird, especially in the process to make the teeth work and all of that sort of stuff, because he's also a vinyl. This guy was also sculpted by Yuji Sakai, that's why he's got a nice sculpt. But just to show you guys there. And what else can I show him with? I can show you him with the X Plus figure. So if you're expecting a great big vinyl, like an X Plus 30 centimeters figure, it's not quite there. This guy's like just over half the size of the X Plus 30 centimeter here. So he's a little Godzilla, but beautifully done for a Bandai vinyl. He's actually, I was expecting him to be about the same size as the GMK Bandai vinyl, so this is kind of your typical larger scale Bandai vinyl, but he is actually even smaller than him, so that is interesting. So yeah, really loving this figure. I'm gonna spend some time with him, collate all my thoughts, and give you guys a nice full review of this guy really soon. But at the moment, I'd say the verdict is pretty positive. He is a beautiful little figure. So come on, get in focus. Camera really doesn't want to get in focus. Oh well. You'll get to see him more in focus in that full review, like I said. So thanks guys for checking out this little unboxing video. Don't forget to like and or subscribe, because that's always awesome when you guys do that. And be sure to stick around for the full review of this guy. So yeah, may your vinyl be irradiated vinyl. Over and out!